Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in to round 2 of the freshly named CSC Touring Championship. My name is Soji Sakata. I am the S in CSC, and tonight it is, if I pull it back up here, January 31st, which means it's the Kansas Oval in the O'Reillys now, or what we used to call the Xfinity car, the B-tier series in NASCAR. We should have a good one. I'm not sure exactly how many people we've got. Looks like the same 5 or 6 from last night at the moment. We will have to see if we get any new players in. We do not have Frank Winesett in the lobby yet. Hopefully he'll be able to make it, or hopefully we'll be able to pick up some others. A lot of leagues holding their 500s this weekend. Which means we are a little short on drivers, I'm afraid, as we have a lot of people, I think, participating elsewhere. So hopefully they're all having a good time, and hopefully we'll pick up a few more drivers here as the season goes on, and the big events die off a little bit. But with that being said, let's take a look, while we let the simulator load here, at the Xfinity car. I only own one of them, so we will look at that. There it is. These are the Xfinity cars. The specs are all pretty much the same. 18.5 gallons of fuel. That will be heavily limited tonight to force pit stops. They make about 650 to 700 horsepower, which is what they will make this evening. The 450 horse restricted package is for super speedways. They are still carbureted cars. It's still a little bit old school. Still 4-speed manuals. These are kind of what's left of the original style of a NASCAR vehicle from back in the day. This would be what they are in the modern era. So, kind of an interesting track. It's pretty, interesting car, but they're pretty fun to drive. They are a challenge to hang on to. And Kansas, of course, is a track, if you watch NASCAR at all, you'll be well familiar with. It holds one of the closest finishes in NASCAR history. Let's head out on track here. I'm not gonna lie, I really, really like the Xfinity car. I'm not very good at it, unfortunately. I'm not the best Xfinity car driver because I have very little experience in the car. But I have a distinct impression that if I put a little time and effort into this car, I could get very, very comfortable with it. Kansas, of course, a progressively banked track, which means up here, I believe it's 21 degrees of banking, maybe 18, somewhere in that vicinity. But down on that apron, you do not get as much banking. All the way down here is only about, I think, 8 or 9 degrees? Maybe 11? Can't quite remember. Whatever it is, it's a shorter way around the track down here. However, it's slower because the banking is less, and therefore you can't drive as hard. Drive up here on the top side of the track. Well, no, you don't want to do that. I'm used to the next gen car, showing my stripes here. Don't have a lot of laps in this car. However, the Xfinity car capable of running all these lines, and that's what makes this particular track such a fun one to run. Really drive this car off of the right rear tire, right out to the fence. The car, you feel, just get that little bit of waggle loose on you. I'm going to drive right around Cameron Romano. Yo! Woohoo! That's how we do it. Come on now. Romano, I don't know if he was laying up to take us out or not, or what that was, but right there, able to really drive it off the right. Whoa! Save it? I couldn't save it. Damn. But easy for the car to get away from you if you push the limits too hard. Now that last lap I ran was the best. Whoa! Oh my god, I'm over and over! Oh my.
We got a dead cat on the backstretch.
Ow! Wowee, does this thing still run?
Cause of death was Laguna Seca.
Okay, it does run, but I have no more brakes left at this point. I don't have brakes or steering. I want to watch that from above. TV1. Let's go back and watch that. I know I spun it. And then who was it that took me out? It was Romano. Oh, and looks like Greenlee as well. The ride we went on. Oh my goodness. But my 31.6 is still about or 31.1 is still about a full half second off of the best laps out there. Vehicular clothesline, you know it.
Told you, right up.
Really? I wanted to see, actually get an honest, good lap in here to see what I was capable of. I may not have enough time now. Let's see, 3:17 left. We'll still give it a run here. I may not drive in this league, but I still like to show I got what it takes. We're here. Driving in sandals also probably not my best choice this evening. Kansas tearing me up here tonight. Oh, the neutral. Yeah, that gave me the meatball. That will end my chances at setting a lap, I'm afraid. Oh, yeah, that. Look at the vibration of the car. Oh, my God. That's so bad. Damn it, I was waiting for him. Oh no, he blew the motor. Oh my, look at my right front wheel. It's not even attached. Oh no! You know, I'm not even going to feel bad about that one. He had that coming for wrecking me twice tonight. And Xavier Sanchez just splits the middle. Probably wondering what these two idiots are doing. Alright. Speaking of, let's go over your starting lineup tonight. Or at least your drivers who will be qualifying for the event. Starting with, I believe, one of our only two cars on track. Easy to tell, running the same scheme as he did last night. Different car, same look. It's last night's winner, Xavier Sanchez, in that number 45 Race Gamer machine. And we got a bunch of Energy-sponsored cars tonight. There's actually same scheme again from Derek Hilker, running the number 5 Chevrolet Camaro for the Dubby scheme. That is Derek Hilker. And there is Greenlee in his Camaro, running a tribute to Derek's late friend, who we held a moment of silence for last night. Very nice gesture there by Greenlee, running the R.I.P. Kim scheme tonight. That's it's a nice sentiment. I like it. Let's go down the pit road, see who else we've missed out here. There's the number 13 Coors Banquet car. That is Chris Hood. Also the same scheme as last night. And a fresh scheme for Romano. No longer running the Vestamobile tonight. He is in his yellow Dubby machine. That is the number 15. I believe that was a Supra. Was I wrong? Romano. I didn't see what car. Yes, that is a Supra that he is running. So Romano's going to the Toyota this evening now that he's got a choice. Of course, with the late model stock, there is only one choice. You either drive the car or you don't. But here in the Cup Series, we have a little bit of freedom. So, as we watch Romano pull out onto the track, TCSP. Don't know what that's a reference to. There's Hilker. Hilker, I believe your fast car in practice. Indeed. 30.5.
That would be a reference to one of the leagues I ran at one point, the Team Conti Sim Performance Dash Series.
There's our answer.
I updated the paint scheme before the session, but I guess trading paints isn't behaving properly, but oh well.
Thank you for the input on that. I was just wondering, I didn't know what that was a reference to, so now I know. As we see, Hilker, now he's running the low line. Got that 5 car wound up around the bottom side. Hood also wound up around the bottom side, trying to set a good fast lap here. Sanchez and the Supra, he's running about a half lane up. We'll have to see what's faster here tonight. Hilker, of course, your fast car in practice. But that doesn't mean much when it comes to qualifying, because anything can change. Looks like Sanchez actually your fast car in qualifying right now. Still not done yet, of course. Oh, that'll be the end of his qualifying lap there. Any wall tap is enough to end the run. I'm actually going to pull this up for just a moment here. I want to get the official bankings on Kansas. Oh, Kansas. K. Where's that? Kansas. There we are. It is... Yes, it used to be a 15-degree track, flatter. Oh no, Greenlee has wrecked the car. What happened? Must have been the end of his qualifying run. I'll have to go back and look. That's what it is. It is 17 degrees at the bottom of the oval, 20 degrees at the top. So that is the banking there in the corners, and it is a 1.5 mile oval. That part I was pretty confident in. Greenlee, no, that was not the end of his qualifying run. Definitely something went wrong there with the 8 car. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. I'm guessing loose out of 2. Yep, gets loose and loses it coming up the track.
We are going to advance to the warm-up. I'll give a short driver's meeting. All of us were here and should know the information.
So, your qualifying will be Greenlee not setting a qualifying time. He will start 5th. Xavier Sanchez, last night's winner, going to be your pole sitter, 30.442. Derek Hilker, 30.492. Only
Congratulations to
500ths
Xavier
of a second.
Sanchez for setting the pole.
Romano, 30.524, and Hood,
Now, like
30.687.
normal, we will have to choose rule tonight. It will be
Let's head out and do some more laps for some fun while we're waiting.
one move after you come out of the painted restart zone before you cross the start-finish line. Either make a move to the top or bottom to indicate and make it clear that you're choosing high or low. Make sure that it's chosen, or that you complete the move before the start-finish line. If you make multiple moves, or you think that you've chosen them correctly, just drop to the end, self-imposed EOL, no other penalties will happen. If you do penalize, or if you do penalize the post race, next race will be EOL to start. We do have the stage in effect tonight. The stage will be at 32 laps. We have to fix the issue from last night, so it will throw the caution automatically. Stage points will be awarded post-race, and then I'll post the standings into the channel at that point. We will have a few messages. I'm attempting something with the auto steward program, or obviously a section of the iRace Control program. If you use a faster code, you get a warning notice saying that you've used it. You'll get notices from the sim when you hit 16 incident points, or 16 incident points, let you know the next one will be a drive-through, and at 25 for a disqualification. Now the fuel is set to a low percentage. You'll get about 18 laps, so first stage will require a pit stop. The second stage should require an additional one, maybe two pit stops. At the stage, it is a mandatory 4-tire and fuel pit stop. And pretty much all the other rules that we have are going on. By the way, we are going to have another moment of silence when we grid up for Derek's friend Kim. And then we'll let the pace car roll and do a lap while we sit there, and then we'll start up and roll at that time. Or Cameron, if you want to call a time for us to start, that's perfectly fine with me. Just please, whenever we grid up, turn off the ignitions of the cars so that we can sit there quietly.
Man, this thing's a handful. Holy mackerel. Like, I'm trying to push the limits of the grip here, but man, is it twitchy. Oh, you know, that might just be my rear tires at this point. Kansai Dorifito. Yeah, exactly. Good grief. Didn't enter pits unsafely. Oh!
So did I just go through it?
It seems that way, yes. But it's okay, my rear tires are scorched right now because I spun the car like 3 times. Man, this thing is loose.
Also, I do believe we have like 9 or 10 sets of tires so that we don't have to burn them. I think I set that. If not...
Car won't go forward. I cannot get grip. How about for the rear tires? That was 70. Oh, but they were absolutely scorched hot. Okay, that makes sense. My drifting escapades were just over.
Hey, Soji, one piece of information Derek would like to pass on is that his friend Kim is the one that got him into iRacing.
Oh, that's really cool. We're going to have another moment of silence here as the cars grid up this evening in honor of Derek's late friend Kim, who tragically passed away in a car wreck here, so... Oh, and it looks like...
Everyone make sure your engines are shut off. All right, let's go.
All right. And that was our moment of silence. Pace car, middle of backstretch.
Catch up to the pace car.
It'll do it itself because we won't be lined up.
All right. Well, let's go over your starting lineup for tonight's race here at Kansas. For the second night in a row, there he is, your pole sitter, the number 45 Toyota Supra, the Rays Gamer Machine, Xavier Sanchez. Outside row 1 in the number 5 W Machine, it's going to be a front row battle of the energy drinks. It's the W Machine, the Chevrolet Camaro of Derek Hilker. Oh, it actually displayed the... Oh, no, okay, there it is.
We will be going 1 to green on the first time that we cross the line. I'll set it to 1 to green. Then we'll go that time by.
Your third place car. Another W Machine here tonight. We got drinks all over the board here. Apparently we got a group of guys who like some beverages. Because that's another W Machine. That is the 15 car of Cameron Romano. And our final car sponsored by a drink. The first non-energy drink. Although that might be debatable on who you're talking to. That is the Coors Banquet Machine of Chris Hood and the 13. The only Ford Mustang on track tonight. He'll be battling for the blue ovals. And of course, last but certainly not least, in the number 8 car, the Chevrolet Camaro, the tribute car to Derek's friend. That is Gary Greenlee. Let's see if we can get a little bit wider of a shot here so we're not like hyper zoomed, you know, Fox sports style. There we go. Coming to the restart zone. Green flag is out. We're away and racing here at Kansas. Sanchez going to stay to that low line, try to build up some momentum. Hilker immediately went high. Greenlee right out on the wall, ripping some fence. Whoa! Hold on to it. Good save from Greenlee. Hilker out to a lead. He got the run on the high side. Whoa, baby! Did he save it? Did he save it? He saved it. Great save by Romano. No caution. However, Derek Hilker has driven off into the sunset after lap 1. He leads lap 1 by nearly, I think, a full second. Let's get the leaderboards up. I just realized I didn't have that running. Hilker out to a Sunday drive. Meanwhile, it's a 4-way battle for second. Well, looks like our track tonight's a little bit bigger than the last night. Yes, 1.6 seconds is the lead for Hilker over Sanchez. However, that's about to change. Chris Hood now takes over the second position. He will try to reel in the 5 car. Let the battle commence. I agree, Daniel. This should be a good one. Hood battling with Romano for that second position. Hilker, like I said, out to a drive. Lead still growing, 1.7 seconds over second. Whoa, Hood! Did he save it? Holy mackerel. Somebody buy that man a lawnmower. That way he doesn't have to use his cup car. Or his Xfinity car, O'Reilly car, whatever these things are.
Is this iRacing or lawn mowing simulator? Either way, that oh shit moment of the race has been sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Yep, that was a close one for sure. That one was absolutely insane that he kept that car in one piece. It has put Hood handily behind the pack, though. I'll have to see what he can do with that vehicle from back there. Hilker out to a Sunday drive. Lead shrinking, though, a little. Makes you wonder if he burned off a little tire or if he's just trying to settle in and find a little pace. That gap has shrunk to about 1 second over now second place Cameron Romano in the 15. Romano running about a half a groove higher than Hilker in the middle of the corner. We'll have to see if that's where he's picking up the time or not. I can't tell if that gap is shrinking or not. Heard somebody get a piece of the wall back here. Must have just been a scrape on entry. Sanchez running third. One of our 2 Toyotas in the field tonight. Have to see now that he's got that car settled into the racing groove if he can find a little speed. Greenlee tonight looking good. He had one little scary moment there on the first lap as his tires were cold, and I think he just cooked it a little too hard on exit. But so far, the 8 car looking steady tonight. See if he can make some forward progress and find a little speed. And Hood, after that scary lawn mowing incident, managed to keep that car clean. Not a scratch on that number 13 Mustang. Unfortunately, it has mired him 5.3 seconds behind the leader. To see what he can do with that car tailing from the back of the pack. Maybe they can get some of the grass out of that front splitter on the next stop. Oh, is Hood? I say that! Hood smacks the wall off the exit of 4. He's going to grind through the tri-oval. That's going to bring, I believe that's going to meatball the 13. Do we have a meatball? No, we do not. But that has definitely knocked the handle off of that number 13 Mustang. That car is going to be hurting. Meanwhile, Hilker, he got to the lead. He hasn't looked back. Although that gap is now shrinking down to 0.8 of a second. Romano slowly but steadily down to 0.7 now. He is reeling in that 5 car ever so slowly. But that's actually not a bad sign for the 15. That means on average, let's see what our lap times are.
I got about 8 laps of fuel left.
8?
Yeah, you're going to have 18 laps of fuel, like I said, in the pre-race.
That might be why
I'm sorry, I completely zoned out.
Tell me you don't listen to pre-race announcements without telling me you don't listen to pre-race announcements.
Sounds to me like Cameron forgot to have his W Energy before the race. Code CSCRL for 10% off at your next purchase.
Yes, you lost the mental focus that W Energy will give to you.
Which apparently Romano is not lacking. He's just spending it all on making that 15 car go fast. He has whittled that nearly 2-second lead of Hilker's down to virtually nothing. They're bumper to bumper into 3. Finally, we've got a little bit of action on the track as the other 3 cars are spread out. 2-car battle for the lead. Romano is going to look high. Hilker's going to defend on the low side. Less than 0.2 separate the 2 leaders. Let's see what they can come up with as they go into 1. See how it looks coming down the back stretch. Romano not without that. He had a big run last time coming off the corner. He has lost that this time by, and he gets a little piece of that apron. That's going to shove him up the track and cost him about 0.1. There's the one problem with these cars. They are aero sensitive. They need some clean air on the bumper and the rear splitter as well. Without that, these cars kind of hit a big air wall. And that is where Romano has hit. He is about 0.4 back off the leader. And he can drive up to him, but he can't get past. It's kind of like a Gen 6 car in that way. The question is, does he sit here and ride and just keep Hilker within his grasp and wait for Hilker to make a mistake? Or does he try to go higher? Or if Hilker goes high, stay low and try to diversify his line from what the 5 car does and mix things up a little bit. And with that, keep in mind, we are on lap 14 of 18. These cars, we have limited to make pit strategy a thing. We have limited them down to about 18 laps of fuel this evening for this 80-lap feature, which will ensure about 5 pit stops like a normal NASCAR race would have. So let's see what the 15 can do. Does he sit here and ride and try to leapfrog him on the pit stop? Or does he try to get what he can now and be a little impatient and see if he can get him on track first. That way he doesn't have to leapfrog on pit road. I smell a mix inbound. I'm not sure what kind of mix you're thinking about, but I'll be curious to see. 15 to go, 3 to go till these drivers are going to be forced to make a stop. My guess is we're going to see it in 2 more laps because they will not want to run out of fuel on track. Hood, though, may be in the driver's seat for this pit strategy. He might be able to get 1 more lap out of this car. Now, I forgot, he's got big front end damage, though, so maybe not. The question's going to be is who can get onto pit road without wrecking their car, and who can make the most of this stop. Romano using all of the track right down to the white line. They apparently got enough to go to 17. I'll be curious to see when they come in. We do have a stage break tonight, lap 32. So each car should be able to do the first stage on 1 stop. However, the next stage should be a 2-stopper. If they go around 1 more time, I will be astonished. I'm expecting the 5, actually all of our competitors, to come down to pit road this time by. They apparently do not. Apparently they have enough fuel to get all the way there. You take it for fighting games which you trick your opponent. Oh, okay. That is entirely possible, because the other strategy you could implement here is what we call the over-under in NASCAR, which is where you pit a lap sooner, however you come out with fresher tires and make up several seconds on your opponent as they run around on slower tires and older equipment. 5 car, 15 car, they've got to come this time. 5 car hitting the brakes, he's going to bring that to the attention of his crew. 15 as well. And it looks like the 13 and the 45 have come a lap early. They're going to park it in their box. Looks like they're going to get all 4 tires in. Oh, Xavier Sanchez with only 2 tires stopped. Interesting choice. As Chris Hood burns his one and only fast repair early in the race here tonight. Spins his tires a little bit coming off the jack. And Greenlee is also into pit. Hilker and Romano nose to tail in their pit boxes, respectively. Hilker with, I believe, a gas and go. Maybe 2 tires. Couldn't tell for sure there. Romano and Hilker both down and away. And there goes Greenlee down and away as well. Here comes Sanchez. He's going to be looking to do that over-under strategy I spoke of. But I don't think he's going to catch. This is going to be close. But that play has brought Xavier Sanchez right back into the mix here as he comes off of turn 2. And Romano drives off into 3, Derek Hilker. He is not going to be able to get all the way back to Derek in first. But this could become a factor for Romano. And I think Romano got out fast enough too. Look at that. Sanchez tried the over-under. It just did not work out for him. Greenlee with a fresh set of, I believe, 2 tires on that vehicle. Not 100% sure. And Chris Hood did get that damage repaired, although mired all the way back in 5th place, well behind the leaders. Uh-oh. Hey, what happened to all my stuff? I apologize, my leaderboard broke. I don't know what happened. There it is. Now we're back. Hood does go 1 lap down after all of that. Unfortunately, unable to stay on the lead lap. Oh, no, I take it back. He's back on the lead. He is on the lead lap. It just hadn't updated. He's so far behind the leaders, it was showing him a lap down because he hadn't crossed the line yet. Good. Okay. Hilker out to a Sunday drive right now. No troubles in the windshield. And Hilker definitely better on the short run in these Xfinity cars, which could be his saving grace or his downfall, depending on how the race goes. We get a lot of cautions, that's going to play to his advantage, as here he is again, fresh tires, and he's driven off 2.1 seconds out into the sunset. However, give it a few more laps, and we're going to watch that 15 car more than likely close that gap down and just absolutely run Romano. Or rather, Romano just absolutely run Hilker right down onto it. As right there is a prime example. Romano cuts the lead from 2.1 to 1.2. When Romano gets that 15 car to wake up, he can really make a run on Hilker. Look at that. Massive gains from 15 on just one lap. That's cut the lead down now to 0.3 of a second. I don't know what Romano did, but look at the difference in speed. Does Hilker have damage or something? What on earth happened? Let's check that right front. Compare that to Romano. No, he's fine. Romano just finding a groove he likes. Look at the run. We could have a new leader. Not this time by. Hilker still maintains it by about a car length. But that gap has been whittled down from 2 seconds to nigh on indisputable. And Romano pulls it off. 15 to the lead. There's a little fender damage, is there? Right front suspension. No, that's the shape of the bodywork. These are two different cars. Romano is in a Supra, Hilker is in a Chevrolet. That's why that bodywork is a little bit different. You can actually see the front of the noses are a little bit more round on the Supras, and they're a little bit more square on the Chevrolet. Oh, never mind then. Hey, it's all good. Without knowing that right off the rip, you probably would never know. I'm not sure what's going on with Hilker. Maybe Hilker's... Oh, wait a minute. Hilker didn't take tires on his stop, I think. Romano, I think, took 2. Hilker took 0. And I believe Sanchez might have taken 4. And if that's the case, look at the long game play out. Hilker bleeding positions on those old tires as Xavier Sanchez now gets by him. And Xavier Sanchez, I believe, closing the lead down to Romano as well with 4 fresh Goodyears on the corners of that Toyota Supra. So it's 2 Toyotas out front. We had 2 Chevys squeezed in the middle, but scratch that. Here comes Hood in the Ford, getting back up to 4th. Whoa, Greenlee, hang on to it. Don't wreck her now, Gary. Good save. Greenlee almost was taking that car to the junkyard. That would have been a scary hit. Gap over Sanchez from Romano about 1 second. Have to see if those 4 tires can overcome the 2 or if 2 can hold out until the stage break. Pits closed, this time by no short pitting and trying to stay out to the lead. You got to run it to the stage break, and there will be a mandatory 4 tire and fuel change at the stage break. Romano's gap is shrunk now 0.7 of a second. Sanchez is rolling right out to the wall. Big momentum shift. Sanchez using the apron even, trying to get up, which is legal here on this track. You can't do that many places, but it is legal here at Kansas. Romano on those older 2 left side tires drifts up out of the groove. Sanchez, meanwhile, 4 fresh Goodyears, keeps it gripped up. Right around the bottoms of the track he goes. 0.7 of a second, scratch that. It's now down to 4. And I'm betting that's going to bring it to 3. We could have a new lead here as the challenge for the first stage and the only stage win we're going to have here tonight at Kansas. Romano drifts high. Sanchez is going to enter high. He's going to look low to get the run off the banking. But Romano kind of hangs off that wall a little bit, takes the air off the 45 and kills his run. Great battle for the lead here. This time by, it'll be the white flag in stage 1. Hilker nowhere in sight. The old tires have betrayed him. Meanwhile, Romano and Sanchez bumper to bumper. 1 to go till the stage. Can Sanchez get the pass done, or can Romano hold him off coming out of 4? As they come out of 2, Sanchez loses a little ground. Might be trying to set something up for turn 4.
Across the line here, so if it does, just maintain position as best you can.
Sanchez, I think, is going to run out of time to make that move. Romano was just too steady and consistent. Stage 1, winner, Cameron Romano. Second place, Sanchez. Hilker on the old tires manages to retain third. Who's going to take fourth? Is it Chris Hood or is it Gary Greenlee? It's going to be Hood by miles. Greenlee still out on the backstretch somewhere. Hood gets to the line fourth. Greenlee going to back out of it. No point in trying to push it too hard. He's got no one to race now. He will be fifth in the stage.
Hey, Xavier, that was a good battle.
Reminder, 4 tires and fuel mandatory here at this stop. 4 tires and fuel mandatory. What an awesome finish. And that'll be 5 points to Romano in the 15. And of course 4 for Sanchez, 3 for Hilker, 2 for Hood, and Greenlee will pick up 1 stage point. Watch our drivers come down pit road here. Whoa, is Greenlee about misses pit? Greenlee missed pit road. Well, that'll be an unsafe pit entry and send him to the back of the field, but that won't really matter. He was already there, so no harm, no foul. Watch as our 4 drivers come down to pit road. Hood lagging behind a little, not sure why. As they all come down, make sure everybody takes 4 tires and fuel here. Hilker misses his box. Left side's up on all 4 of the lead cars. Greenlee finally gets it in his box. Right side's up on the 4. Romano going to win the race off of pit road. Sanchez second, Hilker third. Greenlee's got the right sides up. What on earth has happened to Chris Hood? They might be waiting on some damage repair now that I think about it. Yep, there it went. Hood's bumper just popped out. 13 down and away. No change in the leaderboard. Pit road has no effect on the race. That will, however, equalize all of our drivers.
3 and 4.
Indeed, Greenlee going to sit and get a little bit more of that right side damage he has fixed. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at the right front corner of that number 8 Ford, not Ford Mustang, that is a Chevrolet Camaro. We can see if we go to the rear chase cam here, you can see the left front of that number 8 car stoved up just that little bit.
We are coming to 1 to green this time.
Greenlee going to abandon the repairs as pace car gets close. Got as much as he could done, but he does not want to lose that lead lap. We'll jump on board here with the pace car. The Ford Mustang FR 500S pace car. We always use the old Mustang because it's kind of more fun than the nondescript iRacing pace car that is definitely not a Ford Fusion. So, it's that or the Silverado, and we can't have the Silverado unless it's on a dirt track, I think. So, we go with the Mustang because it's fun. So, Stage 2, the final stage, of course, will start just as Stage 1 ended. Romano, your leader. Sanchez, second. Hilker, third. Hood, fourth. And Greenlee, fifth. Or short course. Yeah, you're right. You can't get the truck on the short course. I forgot about that. It's like the only place you can get the short of the truck. Oh, my neck. Apologies, I've had a headache all day and I finally got my neck to pop. That feels so much better now. Oh, relief. Alright, here we go. Drivers are going to come into the restart zone. Romano going to have control. He gets off flying start for the 15. He's out to a couple car lead as they go down into 1. Hilker on that inside line has a run on the 45 of Sanchez. And with his early run speed, those fresh tires are really going to pay off for him. The question is, how good can Sanchez hang with him? Because we know the tires fall off of that 5 and the lap times absolutely fall through the cellar. Don't be surprised to see a big battle for the lead here as Hilker challenges against Romano for that first position. However, can he get there before those Superman tires wear off? Greenlee with that damage, he's going to be nursing that thing around at the back, hoping for another yellow here. Hood, meanwhile, with his freshly repaired car, is back in the fight. Seems to be in good position now, hanging with the second place battle. Whoa, Chris Hood Woohoo! You watch that car touch the apron a little and really upset it. These cars do not like touching the apron. That will send you sideways in a hurry if you're not careful. Right out to the wall goes Sanchez. Hilker giving it about a half a car. Chris Hood right down against that apron. He's trying to make the most of those fresh Goodyear Eagles. Romano also making good money on those fresh Eagles. He is right out. Look at him, just absolutely on that white line in the apex. Great corner, and it's showing. Romano out to the lead. Even Hilker on his fresh tires, struggling to come up with an answer for that W machine. Hood gets past Xavier Sanchez, able to start driving away from him a little bit. Could the Mustang become a factor now that he's got that front clip fully secured on that vehicle? Let's watch that gap. 0.6 to Hilker from Romano, and 0.6 more back to Hood. 1.2 back total for Hood. See if that shrinks anywhere, of who's catching who and where. Meanwhile, Sanchez 1.5, Greenlee 1.8 back off of your leader. That time by Hilker lost about 1/10 to Hood, but Hood did not lose any time to Romano. So Hilker sliding back in that sandwich, closer to the rear than the front. Let's take a look at our most recent lap times. Romano, your leader, 30.765, a very respectable time. 30.923, that's where the time loss was to the leader. And here comes Hood, 30.861, make that 30.8 again. 31.0 for the 5 car. Hilker struggling to find speed. Meanwhile, Romano, 30.714. The 15 car easily about 1/10 faster than third, and nearly 4/10 faster than second. Sanchez, 31.807. Something might be wrong with that 45 cars. He really is struggling. Greenlee even has managed to get past the 45 as well. And that 45 definitely, I thought, had a little more speed than that. He was running away from Greenlee earlier in the race, and now he's fallen victim to him. Makes me wonder if that car doesn't have damage. Either that or he's trying to hypermile this thing. Maybe try to do the last stage on 2 stops instead of 3. 32, 42, 10 laps down on this fuel run. Going to be about 8 or 9 more to go. We were under caution for a couple of those, so we might get to 52 before we have to stop. Romano driving off from the rest of the field here. Hood has only lost 0.2 of a second. Meanwhile, Hilker has lost 0.6. And is about to fall into the clutches of that number 13 Ford Mustang. Mustang picks up a couple tenths a lap or gets a better line on that 15 car and starts making it up. He's going to look like he's burning an alcohol burner under the hood. Car of Greenlee still making laps. Sanchez as well. Sanchez's lap times continue to fall off. Let's take a look at that right front tire. And if anything, it's Greenlee with the toe damage. Interesting. Wonder what's happening with Sanchez. Maybe he's just trying to stretch the fuel. Time will tell. Meanwhile, out front, no change. Hilker, though, managed to make up a little time, and so is Hood on our leader. Almost seems like being out front is faster, but burns your tires up quicker, which is interesting. Normally, that saves your tires, as you have more downforce, and it's easier to keep those tires from sliding around. Yeah. Maybe it's a leader thing, not necessarily. I thought it was Derek Hilker having trouble on the long runs because he was out front. But now that Romano's out front, the tables turn. Romano's good on the short run, bad on the long run. And now Hilker's got the reverse. He's good on the long and bad on the short. This car is very interesting. It seems to be basically respective on whatever your position is. Certainly makes for an interesting race dichotomy as we watch the laps go by. Romano losing even more time. The gap first to second was all the way up nearly about second and a half. That has now shrunk to just 0.4 of a second as Romano's tires seem to fall off and Hilker's seem to pick up. Oh, how the turntables. These guys are going to figure out at some point they may need to run side by side, high lane, low lane, to keep one or the other from having that long run advantage. It's very interesting to watch. Hood still keeping in touch with the leaders as well, only 0.7 back. Sanchez has managed to get around Greenlee. My guess is that right front damage to that 8 car has finally taken its toll. And Sanchez, without the damage, his long-run strategy is finally coming into play, if I'm correct. Meanwhile, up at the front, it's just like when we had this battle before, but now the roles are reversed. Hilker challenging from behind, Romano trying to hold off the lead. But it's Hilker who has a long-run advantage, and Romano who seems to be falling off. Never seen a race have this ebb and flow like this, to where both drivers' cars seem to react different based on what position they're in. Maybe even 3 wide if Chris has something to say. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He's sitting there waiting. I'm not sure if he can get up quite here to the leaders yet, but if they continue to fight amongst themselves, it'll slow them down and bring them right back into the lap of that 13 car. Here comes Hilker. He got a bumper aside him. Can Romano keep him clear? He does. He clears him again, but only just. Romano might need to try something different if he wants to keep that 5 car at bay. Not going to be able to do it. Here comes Derek Hilker on the low side. Whoa! Almost comes up and door slams him. Uh-oh. Romano sent it in too hard. He got a piece of the apron. That's going to cost him valuable time on that 5 car, who is now about to blow his doors off. Make that about 52 laps through this 80 lap event. That's going to bring us to our next green flag pit stop, more than likely, as all of our competitors are going to be running probably dry by about now.
Pitting.
And Romano confirms pitting this time by for the 15 car. My guess is we're going to see the 5 car come down with him. Indeed, the 5 car brings that car down pit road. Whoa! Almost loses it on the break to pit road. Hood managed to get some valuable time there on the leaders. Any takers? I might have been right. Look at Xavier Sanchez going to the lead. Greenlee also going to bring that Camaro down pit road. Let's watch. See who does what. All drivers into their pit box. Right side's up. 1, 2, 3. Right side's down. Romano with a 2-tire stop. He's going to get a big advantage over the 5. And the 13. Huge strategy call by the 15, taking only 2 tires. Greenlee's up. Right sides. Left sides. That will be 4 tires and fuel for Greenlee. And here comes Xavier Sanchez doing the under-over. Trying to go that 1 extra lap on fuel. Maybe stretch this thing to the end. I don't think he can make it, but we're going to find out. Sanchez, right sides up. Let's see, right sides down. Down and away, 2-tire stop for Sanchez. Here comes the leader. There's Romano. Romano out big advantage there, taking 2 tires. Nearly a... I'm going to have to wait for it to update. I don't know how far he's behind. Not as far as I think he'd like to be, though. That is a big gamble from the 15 this early in the race. They still have a guaranteed pit stop to make, because with 18 laps in the tank, that only gets them about 3 laps short of the finish. So either they're going to be cutting it super close on fuel and hypermiling this thing, or they don't have enough to get home yet. Romano, that's a 3-second lead. That's big, but that is not insurmountable with a good set of Goodyear Eagles on your car. we watched Romano with those 2 tires absolutely dog walk the 5 earlier in the race. Gap shrinks 0.2. Already the 5 car is a little bit faster than that 15. The 3-second gap is good, but is it worth it over a 20-lap run? Hilker and Hood still following second and third, but with those two more extra fresh tires on their machines, they may have a chance at running down that 15 car. Sanchez tried the under-over, or excuse me, the over-under. The over-under? The under-over. Over-under, yeah, the under-over. The reverse of the over-under. Where he tried to pit a lap later than everybody else and run it long on fuel. That has not paid off. He is still mired back in the 4th position, about 9 seconds back off the leaders, as Hilker continues to eat into Romano's lead. 2.5 seconds is the gap. Greenlee trapped 1 lap down, but stuck in the fray here as he's pitted out. Somehow in between the 15 and the 5. That is going to make this interesting, as now Hilker has to deal with lap traffic, trying to get to the rear of that 15. Here comes Chris Hood. Hilker got that gap down 1.3 sec, or yeah, down in 0.9, and Hood also picks up a half second. Cameron Romano better watch out. He's got 2 fast charging cars behind him. That 5 and the 13 are on fresh tires, and they are absolutely making the most of it. That 3-second gap Romano held in a matter of only 4 laps has shrunk from 3 seconds to 0.9. Scratch that. Make it 0.7. Absolutely. Whoa, Romano! Oh no! Romano into the outside wall. The tires finally gave up. 15 into the wall. 5 to the lead. 13 gets past easily. No need for a yellow. Nope, no yellow. No yellow, Nightshade. He managed to keep that car moving and in one piece. That will pretty much dash the hopes of the 15 car's win tonight. But, no caution. He has saved the car. I thought it might have been one for a minute. I was ready on the button. But credit where it's due. Romano saved that car and kept it from going around. '15 car definitely going to be hurting after a hit like that. You can definitely see damage to the right rear corner of that Toyota Supra. That's why I said that 2-tire stop was a dangerous gamble. I might have saved that one for the last pit stop. Sorry I'm slightly behind. No, you're absolutely fine. Oops, hey, that's cameras. I don't want the pace car. There we go. There's TV2. Let's go on board with Romano in that 3rd position vehicle. Let's check out the damage he has. Hey!
Davidson 19 cheered 100. Even damaged Romano is a car to be feared.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Zach. Good to see you. Wish you were out here racing with us tonight. But yes, Romano still not out of it, but in this Xfinity car, he is dropping like a fly with that damage. Let's take a look at the right rear suspension of Romano. You can see the damage. Oh! Uh-oh. Romano going to just bring that down to pit road and get it serviced up. Hate to see it for him, but not on the racing line, so that will bring the 15 down to pit road and the attention of his crew. Good news, I believe he can make it to the end from here. The others cannot.
I got a black flag for unsafe pit entrance.
So, Greenlee into the outside wall. And again. Watch out, Xavier.
I wasn't calling it out to be cleared. I still have to serve it, but I was just trying to add a little light to the circumstances.
Yes, unfortunately, curse of the commentator. You know it all too well, Zach. But look at this. Battle for the lead. Hilker got out to the lead. This has been the storyline of the night if you're just joining us, Zach. And anybody else who's joining us right now. The leader is good on the short run, but loses it on the long run. They just cannot keep the speed in the car. The tires fall off. Meanwhile, the car in second struggles out of the hole, but the longer the run goes, oh no! Hood hard into the outside wall. The second place car, that whatever's running, damn, these cars must be loose. They're Xfinity. They are loose. And mind you, this is a cold track right now. Info, track. 71 Fahrenheit track temperature. This is not a greasy track. These cars are just loose, loose, loose. But the second place car has the advantage on the long run. The first place car has the advantage on the short run. Greenlee has brought that down to the attention of his crew. Romano has used his fast repair. He's back on track. Unfortunately, 2 laps down along with Greenlee. Greenlee, make that 3. Battle for the lead. Calm down a little bit. So the car behind is able to conserve tires better? That's crazy. You think it's the other way around with the dirty air? My thoughts exactly. But it's weird because the front top... Fucking hell, car just went evil. I noticed that. That thing just... It's a bizarre way the cars behave right now. Of course, Cameron had the same trouble, and I think you both did 2 tire stops. So, unless I'm wrong, you might have done 4 tires. I was trying to keep up with 5 different pit strategies. I lost track of who did what. Yeah, not only is the back car able to save tires better, the front wears them out faster. It's the strangest phenomenon. I've never seen anything like it. You did 4 in Fasty. I don't know that. Just the nature of the Xfinity car, I suppose. Hood still challenging. Ooh, excuse me. However, unable to make any meaningful progress here in these last few laps. Although, wanted to French kiss Walchan. Well, you certainly succeeded in that. But I think your car might want to have some words with you now. Hood trying... Whoa, look at this. Hood drives it in deep. Can he make it stick and hold that position? A little bit. I think he gained a 10th. Hood trying to chase down the 5 all the way back to the back bumper. He's finally got that car wound up for another attempt. Right to the rear bumper of the 5 car, trying to get close and get a bumper either inside or out. Inside would probably be better. Race I just did, set up a car's bottom out. Outrageous. It was outrageous. Walchan was well worth the damage. Oh no! Whoa! Hood gets into the back of the 5 car. Both cars coming down to pit road. Service time, 5 and 13. Bumper to bumper as they get down pit road. Let's see who can get off pit road quicker. 9 laps to go in this one as Romano and Sanchez continue to make laps. Sanchez able to go that 1 extra lap thanks to his pit strategy. A lot of different stuff going on here tonight. Sanchez out. He's going to come around next time by. Hood and Hilker coming down to the attention of their crew. Right side's up for the 5 and the 13. Down, down. Smart move, both cars taking 4. Down and away, 13 and 5. Pit stops complete. Look at this, Romano. Managed to get one of those laps back. Can he get by these guys with ease? The question is that putting him back into position? Or is he still that 1 lap down? That might have got him back onto the lead lap. But I don't think that's enough to get him all the way to the lead. Whoa, Xavier Sanchez stays out again. Where is this man getting the fuel from? He's run 2 laps longer than anybody else on this stop. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, your true battle for the lead is still hot and ready. 5 car, 13, 1-2. Only about a car length of 2 separating them. And Sanchez, he's going to stay out again. Where on earth is this man getting his fuel from?
Not Sanchez getting the arrow loose.
That was a good save by Romano there for sure. Unreal. Hey, Greenlee got his car fixed. He's back into the race. Hilker running about a half a lane up. Hood about a half a lane down. 75 this time by. Sanchez goes again. Has he pit at all? Race. Oh, he pitted. I'll bet you that was a pit at lap 69 and we missed it. I do believe... Oh, he's the leader. He over-undered and I missed it. We were covered in the battle. Sanchez, your leader. I missed it. How about that? Sanchez is Magneto pulling his car around? Yeah, no kidding. I thought so.
Totally missed it.
Sanchez pitted at lap 69. I totally missed it somehow. How about that? Sanchez with the 3-lap over-under. Uh-oh, Greenlee brought his car back down pit road. But that means the 5 and the 13 are now battling for second as Romano skid.
I was testing auto steward setting.
Romano a lap down now. He's going to want to probably stay out of the way of these two battling for second. He goes high and gives them the... Wow, as Hilker gets loose coming off a 4. Side by side for the tri-oval advantage. Hood. Hilker lost the run. Oh, man. You damn sly Cooper. Oh, man. What a run. Xavier Sanchez playing the long game here tonight. I even missed his pit stops. That is diabolical on the strategy. But I mentioned I thought as he gets a piece of the wall there. Hopefully that it doesn't hurt that car. 2.1 second gap with 4 to... Actually, I think we're down to 3 to go. Laps flying by here tonight. 3 to go. Sanchez, 2.3 out. Hilker and Hood, though, not content with letting him get away. They seem to have settled their differences for the moment in the interest of catching the 45. Sanchez on a few lap older tires, so that gap is going to fall significantly, but is it going to fall fast enough for the 2 and second and third? The gap was 2.3. This time by 2 seconds and 2.1. 2 to go here from Kansas. At that pace, I don't believe the 2 in the back are going to be able to catch him. They only picked up 3/10, and that's not enough with only 2 laps to go. Looks like this might be a battle for second unless Sanchez makes a mistake. That's what those two will be counting on. However, no mistake from the 45. Flawless execution off of 4. Across the line. The gap 1.6, 1.7. They only got another 2 or 3/10. Sanchez just has to keep that pace and not lose the control of that car. White flag is out. This is your last time around. Is going back to start the season? I know, right? He won last week too, didn't he? He won the 500. Here you go at the line. No challenge at all. Xavier Sanchez, your winner. Derek Hilker second. Chris Hood third. Romano will finish 4th. 1 lap down. And it looks like Greenlee, unfortunately, will finish his race in the pits. 15 laps down. He will finish 5th.
So, do we change his name in Discord to Christopher Bell?
How about that? Xavier Sanchez, your winner here tonight. Absolutely epic strategy. I want to go back and look at that lap I missed his pit stop on. Where was that at? Ran his fastest lap on lap 72. 69. Yep, right here it was. So this must be where he comes down pit road. Oops, I went back to that. Yeah, look at that. Comes down. Did he take 2 or 4? 4-tire stop, down and away. And where was the other two pitting at there then? Where are they? Yeah. So he came in about 2 laps before everybody else. Well played, Xavier. Xavier burns them down here on the front stretch. Very impressive. Uh-oh, he's not in the Discord call. Oh, no, they just changed his name. Well, I think he was the bread master in our server, but it looks like they've just changed his name to be Seabell. Xavier Sanchez, you won last week, you won last night, now you've won tonight. You are on an absolute tear right now. That 45 car is getting to be a perennial fixture around here. What was your thought on that final pit stop? I missed that pit stop. I didn't realize you were in the lead for about 2 laps.
You gotta catch him by surprise, you know. Basically, this entire race I've just been saving, which is why I haven't really been fighting for the lead. But I was kind of testing the waters, seeing how 2 pit stop, strategies worked out, and it kind of worked out. But I didn't have enough time to get the lead from Cam. I tried a 4-tire pit stop, and I guess it just worked for long enough. But they were for sure catching me on those closing laps.
That couple of lap advantage they had was definitely catching, but not nearly fast enough. They were only catching you about 2 to 4 tenths a lap, depending on the lap. And they were spending a lot of time fighting with each other, which played to your advantage. But
I definitely made sure to capitalize on that.
I had mentioned earlier in the race that I had thought maybe, because you had kind of fallen out of that lead pack and were running on your own, I'm thinking, man, maybe you're trying to save your stuff. And sure enough, you went 1 lap further on fuel than anybody else could go. So that was a impressive strategy and definitely played to your advantage tonight. Well played.
Thank you. I tried gambling again, and it worked out. Can't say it's going to work out next race, but oh well.
Hey, you know what? You've won 3 of our 4 opening races here in the CSC this season. So I would say if you're gambling this much and you're winning, maybe keep it up until it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, I don't know.
That was...
I could try.
Well, either way, congratulations. I'll send you back now. 3-time winner this year already. 2 in this season alone. You've got the series locked out so far. Nobody else has even got a victory.
Raise energy, baby. Fuels me.
Hey, come on. We're sponsored by W around here. Well, congratulations again. I'll send you back. Well done.
Thank you.
Let's pull in our second place finisher, Derek Hilker. Derek, welcome into the broadcast booth. I pulled you over real quick. Hopefully you weren't in the middle of a conversation there. But Xavier undercut you guys tonight. He was able to get a little bit of a quick jump start on you by about 3 laps and make up the lap time he was behind. What did you need to catch him in those closing laps? Was the battle with Hood slowing you up? Or were you just did you just need more time to run him down on those slightly older tires? Oh, TTS bot not working for some reason. Yeah, it's not working. Weird. Well, I'll read your messages off for you. Derek said he did need more time this evening to try to catch Sanchez, as the I know you guys were catching him a few tenths a lap. I didn't know if Hood was slowing you up more, or if you were still able to... Hey, there's it is. Oh, I bet you it was because it was in the other server, wasn't it? Huh, funny. It was an awesome time watching you guys race out there tonight. While you're typing that up, I know you guys were... It seemed to be the lead car was burning up equipment faster, and you almost wanted to sit on a long run in second and wait for the first guy to tear his tires up. That was really unique and interesting to watch. I really enjoyed the ebb and flow and the strategy where you almost didn't want to be out front sometimes. It was definitely a fun style of race to watch.
Derek said, "Tonight was great to win for my friend, but I blew it."
I mean, I wouldn't say you blew it, Derek. I think you guys had a really good run. I just think you got, because you ran right hard to the end. And if Xavier hadn't tried that gambly bonsai pit strategy, you would have won the race. So I think you just, you played a good, safe, conservative kind of natural strategy, and Xavier threw something at the wall and he got lucky enough for it to stick. So I certainly would not say you blew it tonight at all. I think your 150 IQ play got outplayed by his 200 IQ play. But certainly not a blown night for sure. I mean, you finished second, you had a good run. And I know it's always tough to stomach a second place when you almost had the win, but second place is still second. I mean, that's silver for a reason. It's still darn good. I would not feel bad about that tonight in the least. Definitely, you should definitely be proud of your efforts tonight. It was a good race. You raced hard, and heck, if he hadn't tried that, you might have ended up in victory lane tonight. So, but I will go ahead and send you back on with the other guys now. I just wanted to bring you in and congratulate you on a good run. I know it wasn't first, but second certainly never a bad place to be.
Derek said, "Yup."
Agreed. So I'll send you back. Congratulations. Have a good night, Derek. That was Derek Hilker, your second place finisher in the race this evening. And I believe that does wrap it up for us tonight, folks. Reminder, we are, I believe, on next weekend still. Let me take a look here at the old schedule. Let's take a look first at our next race coming up, the late models. Oh, let's maybe get rid of that and... Nope, not that. There we go. Now we can see them. Check side chat. Oh. Oh. Yep, there are your points here. Your current point... I'll go over these first real quick since I've got them pulled up. So far, your point standings after 2 races. Xavier Sanchez, with an average start and finish of first, is of course your points leader. 357 points. However, that being said, Derek Hilker with your average start and finish of third. Very, very strong run here tonight. He manages 345 points for his efforts this season. So a little bit behind, but certainly not out of reach at all of that first place running, Xavier Sanchez. Cameron Romano, your third place car, 322 points. Chris Hood, 4th, 313. Greenlee, 5th, 306. And then our single race participants so far, DJ Sycama, Zach Davidson, and Brian Moore, all with... I take that back. They do have some slightly different point numbers. They are at 177 for Sycama, 161 for Zach, and Brian Moore with 143. So those guys definitely with a little bit of a gap to make up, seeing as they've missed a event. But next week, let's pull that schedule back up now. I think I actually still have it up. I do. Check side post. Points are updated with stages. Perfect. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that. And there you'll see our stream bot in the side chat. If you like racing, you like what we do here, and you want to join, as you can see, we could use some more drivers for sure, because the more the merrier. It's always more fun when you got more cars on track. So if you think you got what it takes to hop in a car and go wheel to wheel with some of these guys, jump in the Discord. We'd love to have you race with us. Like I said, the more the merrier. Come out and show us what you got. Speaking of showing us what you got, if you want to join in next weekend, Friday, February the 6th, will be Lucas Oil IRP. That is for the late model tour, always on Friday night, 9:15 Eastern Standard will be the stream start. Lobby opens at 9 p.m. for practice. And that will be in the late model stock. And then, of course, our touring championship, what we ran this evening. Kansas is in the books. Xavier Sanchez, 2 wins. Can he continue that at Iowa in the ARCA car? Of course, the ARCA car, the D-tier series in NASCAR. We went from the old school Gen 4 A class down to the Xfinity B class, and we're going all the way down to the D class. That will be February 7th. Again, same time, same place. 9:15 start for the stream. 9 p.m. start even for the practice session. And that will be the short, I believe, just under a mile track that is Iowa Speedway in the ARCA car. So, should be a fun race next weekend. 2 shorter tracks. A little bit of beating and banging and good door-to-door racing, but especially in cars like the ARCA car where they're limited on grip, those are a blast on the short tracks. A lot of chance for strategy, tire conservation, and just in general, good driving skill. Always a great show when you watch them. With that being said, thank you all very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. That's us done for the evening. So, my name is Soji. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. I know the weather is bad yet again this weekend. I myself had my pipes freeze and had to spend my day getting torpedo heaters set up to get my water pipes unfrozen. So, hopefully none of you are having those troubles. Stay warm. Stay hydrated. Hopefully your water is working. And we will see you here next weekend for our 2 races, as always, before we have a week off for the Valentine's Day holiday. Have a great night, everybody, and stay safe. Good night.